Good morning, my name is Gabe Zollner. Another day, another adventure. Last night on Fox News, I was watching Greta Van Susteren, and she was interviewing a lady that's a retired colonel, I believe, from the Air Force, and she was a combat pilot flying the Warthog over in that part of the world. And what they were discussing was the new proposed military handbook. And specifically, they were referring to a couple of sections within the handbook. And what the general consensus is that one of the problems that we have over in that part of the world is when the Pakistans or the Afghans or whomever it is that we train, they end up turning their weapons on us. I think they call that green on brown attacks. And they murder our soldiers. That's their way of appreciating what we've done for them in their country. But anyway, what the general consensus is, the reason that that occurs is because our military is not sensitive to their beliefs or to their way of life or to their understanding of the Quran. And what the military handbook tries to do is it tries to enlighten our military so they can avoid serious death and or injury by not offending their hosts. And specifically what it talks about is that if the military sees pedophilia occurring, that's when an older man is molesting either a little girl or a little boy, they should just ignore it because that's part of the Muslim way of life. In the same vein, if the military sees a woman or a female child being abused, they need to look the other way as well, because that again is part of the Muslim way of life. And that's no different than the orders that the military has as far as rules of engagement. They're not supposed to do anything until they're shot at first. So once one of their friends gets whacked by an AK-47 with a bullet to the head, then they can return fire. I mean, how insane is all of this? But if you look at what's really going on, there's a pattern that's taken place. And what that pattern is it's to protect and to, I guess, vindicate the Muslims whenever they do anything that they shouldn't have done, like Major Nadal Hassan in Fort Hood when he was shooting people, military personnel, and wounding military personnel and screaming Allah Akbar. Well, that's really not a terrorist act, although he was obviously a terrorist, but it's not a terrorist act. So if it isn't a terrorist act, he couldn't have been a terrorist. What that is, that's workplace violence. People, wake up. Wake up before it's too late. The Muslims did say that they will destroy us from where? From within. And what do you think's happening? As each day goes by, less and less of our liberties are available to us. And more of the brotherhood is taking control. Think not, think again. If he's allowed to remain, and if he's inaugurated in January, my recommendation is no different than what I've made on numerous other videos, which is start studying Arabic. That's for those that don't go to an internment camp or an extermination camp, because you'll need it. Thanks.